we bout that, and we represent UK worldwide, got the drill stepping.
This clip is brought to you by BoutOnline.com. Peace, guys. It's been a bit of a while. I will try and bring you a few stories, just catching back up. Most of these are going to be No Limit and Tank related. So firstly, we've got Master P reposting an interview with Snoop Dogg, claiming that Master P saved his life by telling him not to release a diss record towards Death Row Records. And then we see P post on his Instagram, "We have to stop thinking out of emotions. We all we got. Snoop Dogg is successful and where he's at today is because he didn't let pride stand in his way and wasn't afraid to change and grow. Salute my brother and partner. God is good. Look how God worked. Now he owned that same record company." So, we see P saying, and Snoop now on Death Row. Be interested to see if Reggie Wright chimes in with a response to this, because he's usually quite swift with rebuttals.
Set to release that P told you not to.
Yeah, it was called Fuck Death Row.
And you mentioned that kind of saved your life, though.
It did, because P was smart enough to know that I wasn't ready to go to war. I just was vigilant, and I was like, fuck that, I gotta defend my pride, but my pride would've got me killed. When sometimes you gotta be smarter than the average bear, you gotta know and understand why you're here. And I needed him as a big brother and a mentor to pull me out of that bad environment, take me to the South, show me a different world. My family from Mississippi. See, sometimes you gotta get taken back to your roots. And I was able to go see my grandmother. I was able to drive back and forth to see certain family members, and it was showing me how to separate. Because at that time, I didn't know how to separate from the homies. I felt like I needed them with me everywhere I went. But they was baggage because they wasn't doing the job. They was just on my job. Imagine working at McDonald's and bringing 30 motherfuckers with you every day. Right. And you ain't explaining to the manager why they're here. Just eating fries, making burgers, and doing what the fuck they want in the drive-through line. Yeah.
Yes, then we see a short excerpt from Snoop Dogg just speaking out some of his time there. Let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments below. And also, speaking of Master P and Snoop Dogg, they have announced another addition to the Snoop Dogg cereal store stockists, another major retailer in the form of Albertsons, being one of the first of many major retailers that say believing in diversity, and Snoop cereal, which will be coming to Albertsons on June 24th. So definitely congrats to P and Snoop on their latest venture. Yeah, speaking of the tag, it appears Big Court has signed with Revolt, bringing the Hold'em Court podcast over there. So definitely congratulations to Big Court. Big Court also shared an image a few weeks ago on his social media stating that Master P and Birdman are talking, and he said, you heard it here first. We don't know if that's gonna lead into something, bring something into fruition. So hopefully we'll see, if a collaboration comes out of it, a versus or something, maybe a show or a tour, that would be great also. So let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. Yeah, salute guys. We're still giving it up in celebration of hip hop 50th year anniversary. So speaking of hip hop, some absolute legends. Mac, formerly of No Limit, went onto his Instagram to post the following in salutation to legends Rakim and Mannie Fresh. Says, words cannot express what this particular moment meant for me. To have two of my biggest hip-hop influences in one room was mind-blowing. I've known Mannie since I was 11 years old. He and a brother named Gregory D introduced me to the music business. Rakim unknowingly gave me a blueprint on what true artistry was/is. The advanced knowledge he shared through song helped me be an overall better student while in school. Lastly, while this brother is arguably the greatest MC of all time by most relevant standards, for me it's his humble spirit that further validates his majesty. Hashtag follow the leader. There we see a great picture with Mac, Rakim, and Mannie Fresh. And speaking of Mannie Fresh, definitely want to give him a salute. He's been in other media for the reported sale of his masters and publishing music business stuff. It says Mannie Fresh has sold his entire catalog for millions to Endeavor. So definitely a salute to Mannie Fresh. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Peace. And we see a post was made from ENQUIRIES on his social media, which says, according to King George, EA is responsible for setting up the initial meeting between Master P and Priority Records, which led to the major distribution deal P secured for No Limit Records. So it'd be definitely good if we could get EA on at some point for an interview. We have reached out to him. The original post claimed that P wanted King George to knock out Tobin Costin because he was talking too much and telling their business, and the meeting was set up a warehouse to where King George didn't actually do it. We want to say rest in peace to Tobin also. We've reached out to King George. Hopefully we get him on for an interview at some point too. So definitely an interesting story, you know. King George definitely been one of the originals from the early days. And EA Ski, we definitely remember him from a lot of production detail and the works that he's continued to do over the years. We see somebody in the comments saying EA Ski also responsible for IMG, The Banger, The Anchors, West Coast Bad Boys 2. Yeah, we want to extend some thoughts and prayers also to D.I.G, who appears to be going through it. He recently shared a post on his social media saying that he was kind of done with life. It was, you know, a bit of a dark post. It has since been removed, but definitely you guys keep your thoughts and prayers up for D.I.G, or I should say keep him in your thoughts and prayers. Hopefully the brother is doing well, and if you've got the connection with him, you know, reach out to him, check up on him and see how he's doing. So we did see a video from Soulja Slim's sister speaking slightly on his music being taken back down off of digital platforms, and some people have noticed that a lot of the No Limit catalog has been taken off or has been up and down. So it's been interesting to see and hear what's going on with that.
So a lot of y'all hit me up like, oh my God, the streets made me, it's going offline. We had to pull it down. It had no right being up from the first beginning. Shout out to XL for helping me. But we went and pulled it down, and probably most of the ones that you see in the App Store will be getting pulled down soon. So I'm sorry.
Speaking of the No Limit catalog, there's been a strange AI generated version of Down For My Ends going around with some fake Michael Jackson vocals. Snoop Dogg and others have chimed in on it, saying it's crazy. I mean, what do you guys think? Have you heard it? And what do you think of AI stuff in general? And speaking of C Murder, this was a press release that came in a couple of weeks ago at the start of the month. Didn't get a chance to cover it, but it says Eugene Collins, president of the NAACP Baton Rouge branch, will be taking on a special assignment and joining Corey Miller's team in advocating for his innocence. So they say he's been working with FFO investigations led by somebody by the name of Cassandra Washington, and they're doing their best to try and bring justice, taking a closer look at the evidence and seeing that if C Murder, aka Corey Miller, can receive a fair trial. So salute family, gonna be back this week with some more updates. We're trying to bring things back up to speed slightly. Let me know if there's anything you want me to cover, and we will be chiming back in soon with some interviews, so on and so forth. Don't forget to join us at BoutThatOnline.com for more reviews, news, and things of that nature. Shouts out to Mixer, he holding it down over that side. Shout out to Floss Angeles also. Peace.
Cause we bout that, and we representin' UK worldwide, got the trill steppin'. Cause we bout that, and we representin' UK worldwide, got the trill steppin'. We be representin' bout that online. That's the hottest spot, the real ones. You